Well, there's one I missed. An Airstream covered in lights. Oops, they went the wrong way.
Happy New Year.
Oh yeah. Happy New Year. Oh wow, it's on this. Must be a projector on it somewhere. Happy New Year from the Airstream, I suppose. Lots of balloons. And there goes Happy New Year. It's not quite there. Not quite there.
There it is.
There it goes. Everyone, Ray the Dashing Womble here. Well, first of all, Happy New Year. Hopefully you all had a safe and happy celebration. And if you were DoorDashing like me, then I hope you did really well. I started yesterday, New Year's Eve, at about 3:30, thereabouts. 3:15, 3:30. Did a dash along the way, but nah, it wasn't worth it. Anyway, and I gotta say, I'm tired. I am so bloody tired now. It is now 4 a.m. New Year's Day. And yeah, we started at that time. Haven't long been home, haven't bothered to watch any YouTube videos because I can't. Anyway, yesterday we barely flipping stopped. It was a bit hard to get started. It wasn't, what offers were coming through weren't that brilliant, usual. And then it did get started, and we were barely flipping, waiting around. I think Chili's was the first one that I picked up, and it was, yeah, it was pretty constant. I think like we were waiting between jobs maybe every 15-20 minutes maybe at the most. The longest wait I ever had, oh my gosh, was over at 54th Street later in the night. I can't remember what time it was, maybe about 11. It was, and I had some chats with some other DoorDash drivers who were there. It was like a bloody DoorDash convention. They had a lot of staff there, hell of a lot of staff, but the food was just taking long to come out. There was one lady that was working really hard there. I saw her go past us several times while we were there. There was some donkey of a flipping so-called manager, I'm going to think, who was saying that, oh, whoever's in the curbside lane, that if they want us to move it, you know, bollocks. I'll move it when you get our food out. If you get the flipping food out flipping quick enough, then we'd bloody move. But anyway, met a young lady there who was, I think, I didn't get her name, but I know that she works for Amazon. Had a bit of a problem with Amazon because she hurt herself. If you're watching, sorry I didn't catch your name, but thank you. Looks like you may have joined. Anyway, or subscribe, sorry. Hope you had a good day. Hopefully it was a good evening for you. Good shift for you, I mean. He was, she said the same, that it was like 15, 20 minutes maybe, 10, 15 minutes that we was just waiting around for it between jobs. And, yeah, it was pretty constant. It was pretty constant. I don't think I've maybe done 2 catering off orders. I honestly can't remember what a flipping did, to be fair. Except that one flipping there. Saw some strange things last night. Definitely saw some strange things. Saw a, by the way, I'm going to put everything up here. We're going to start it from wherever I was at that first one, Chili's. And I think that's where it was. So I'm going to just go along here, put everything up what I did, which might go for a little bit. And like I said, there were some strange things, very strange things. Saw a very bad accident. Hopefully that wasn't as bad as what it looked. Certainly some damaged vehicles on that. A lot of Vipping Lee Summit emergency staff on the scene for that one. That was not good. And hopefully it wasn't a bloody drunk that caused it all, but I suspect otherwise. There was plenty of drunks on the road, absolute buffoons. People driving like they were drunk for sure. It was bloody horrible. Absolute bloody idiots. Anyway, also, when I delivered to Bear Country, well, I say Bear Country, it's flipping like way south on Pryor Road, down right through Pryor Road. Been to this house before. Glad I had the truck though, because it was muddy out there and it's very rural. And yeah, it's always an interesting one to go to that house. But anyway, went off and delivered that. Imagine it's a disabled person that it delivered to on that one, and you have to put it right on the doorstep and put it up on the cooler on the deck, right up as far as you can, as close as you can to the door. Anyway, so delivered that one. That was a bit of a faff to try and get out of it, because there's no lighting down there. Barely any lighting in their drive, just on the side of the house. And there's other vehicles and that in there. It's very much of a pain at times. Anyway, and always, every time I go out there, keep thinking that there's going to be a bloody bear flipping come up behind me, because that's where they've been reported as been seen out that way. Whew. Anyway, yeah, saw several people pulled over for whatever reason. They were pulled over by the cops. Saw some idiot that was in the middle of 150 highway. I mean, they must have jumped the barrier already, because there was a cop on the other side of the road. I don't know what was going on, but there was a cop on the other side of 150. It's 3 lanes, isn't it, on that one? 2 lanes, 3 lanes. Anyway, 2 lanes, possibly. Anyway, I was further over in the right-hand lane, ready to go down 291. And this flipping buffoon was in the middle, stood in the lane beside me. Oh, and they were in dark clothing. I mean, they might have been wearing just black, I don't know. But anyway, all of a sudden I got the shadow of them there. It was like, oh shit. And I don't know what was going on there. Do not know. That was a little bit awakening, to say the least. Oh yeah, and to start the shift, we'd gone to get something to eat. No, we was going to Skloski's to get something to eat, and I got out, and it seemed like something was wrong with the right-hand side of the car, the truck. Got out, bloody tyre was flat. Oh, shoot. That was the start of the shift. But, so I tried finding a flipping tyre place. Ended up driving up to Walmart up on Sam Walton Lane. We was just down the road from it. Drove up there. It didn't look like it was totally flat, but I went up there and they were closed, even though it said they were open, but holiday hours, I suppose. So I ended up driving over to Quick Trip on 291 and was at the air pump, free air at that one, trying to put some air in there, and then this younger fella turned up in a I think he was in another one of these, but a newer one, F-150, and he called out the window, and then anyway he came up and helped. I guess he saw me struggling because I was bending down and having a bit of a problem bending down to get the air in the bloody machine, in the tyre. But anyway, filled it up with air. And while he was filling it up with air, he bent down and did that, thankfully, because bloody hell was killing my back. And I noticed that there was a nail in the tyre, in the tread. But it went up. It went up and it stayed up. It stayed up all night. I checked it as we came home. I stopped at Quick Trip on the way home. And looks fine. Which is a bit of a pain in the arse, because I went and bought a great big can of Fixer Flat from O'Reilly's, but you know, it's there just in case now. But I will take it to the tyre place to get them to look at it, even though it is up. I don't think it's going to cause much of a problem. Must be just a slow leak on it. But also, when I was driving on Saturday's shift, we was up around the lake at Lake Lotawana, and I was trying to race back, get out of there and get back. Well, I wasn't racing, but you know, it's all hills and such around. It's a bit of a pain in the backside being around there, and being out that there isn't a lot of light out in Lake Lotawana. The lights on this are the old halogen lights, and they're not LED, they're not bright. But anyway, I got to a corner, all of a sudden got onto the corner, and turned into the corner, but it slid a little, and I think maybe that maybe put a bit of strain on the tyre, because after that it seemed to be it seemed to feel a bit different. So maybe that's what done that. Maybe that's what's on that nail in the tread. I don't know. But anyway, the fun of flipping driving for a living. But no, all in all, it was good. People were mostly good that we delivered to. I had a couple of people that were maybe have had a few too many, but at least they were home. Got a funny bit of a stuffed up nose now. Had a couple of dogs that wanted to say hello to me through their doorways. One that said on the notes, please don't rip in, knock, the baby's asleep, knock or ring the bell. Well, I didn't, but I walked up to the door, and it was a big, like, alleyway sort of thing to the door, and I put the flipping food on there, and I was about to take the picture, and the little dog flipping started. I can't help it, I'm sorry, but maybe that was the baby. Anyway, well, the baby woke up. Anyway, but if that was it, of course. And what else we do? We did. Oh yeah, funny thing. I went to a couple of times. I went to Firebirds tonight. The obnoxious flipping barmaid was not there, so that was good. It seemed a little bit easier there. But anyway, there was chatted with the blonde-headed bar lady that's in there, that she's there a lot. And while she was working, of course, and I was waiting on an order to come through. And then I went in there the second time, I think it was, when I went in there. Or was it the first time? I can't remember now. No, it was the first time when I went in there, when I was chatting to her. The bloke, there was another staff member that was in front of me, that he had his back to me, and he was talking to someone at the bar. And then he turned around and he says, "I thought it was you." Like, what? Huh. Old small world. Bloke turns around. I recognised him. And turned out to be the bloke who I opened the bank account with, my recent bank account. He's a busy bloke. Guess they don't pay him enough at the bank. Anyway, so yeah, that was quite funny to see him. But yeah, it was definitely an interesting night. Definitely interesting. Lots of new lights that we saw along the way. Oh, crikey. Came back from one of the late flipping deliveries that I did, like 2 a.m. maybe, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. And it was they had the most big, I could put it on video. It was the big, actually I took a picture. I'll put the picture up there because I'm going to put it as a short video. The biggest bloody inflatable reindeer that I've ever seen, or we've ever seen. So I took a video of that and took a picture of it too. And wow, big. Surprised I've not bloody seen it before, but don't go up that end of the road so much. But it's yeah, it was interesting. It was I went downtown Lee Summit a couple of times, even though I said I would not. I didn't want to touch flipping going down there. And there was some police down there. There was lots and lots of people trying to get into bars. There was a line of people trying to get into Brick's bar, pub and bar. A line of them. And there were several drunks in that just staggering through the streets. I just hope that none of them were driving. Just really hope they weren't. Of course, there's problems there. But anyway, so I think I'm going to leave it at that. I did, it's been a very long time. We was only on for like 12.5 hours. But it just seemed to be a lot taken in that time. We'd done over 200 miles. I think I'd done 210 miles. Oh, I did report 2 flipping shops closed. One was Taco Bell on 291. And I don't remember what time it was. It was early, maybe about midnight, 11:30 or something. We was parked right opposite over at IHOP car park. And Mrs. Womble, I'd just been taking flipping, no, that's all right, it was after midnight, wasn't it? I was taking, doing videos of some fireworks across the top of it. And Mrs. this offer came in for 4 over there. And Mrs. Womble said, I thought it was closed over there. It was all dark. Well, I'll take the offer anyway. So I went over there, and there was some cars outside there, but the whole restaurant was in darkness. So I just reported it closed, because it didn't look like anything was happening. Maybe they just switched all the lights out and didn't want to know anymore. But anyway, reported that closed. And a weird thing came up a bit later on. It was actually a stacked offer, and it gave us, when I took the picture of it, it wouldn't verify the picture. Finally, it let me just send it in anyway. So I did that, and later on we was driving up to Colburn Road in this. We were actually trying to head home, and it came up and said, what was it? That my review stuff, that some orders that had been in review. I didn't know anything about that. They had just cleared and it was okay. They were letting it go. I was going to get all the monies. Well, that's the only thing I can think of that it was. So then we was on our way home, and went to Quick Trip on Woodchapel Road. Then decided, well, maybe I'll get some fuel. Some offers were coming through. I said, well, come back and I'll get some fuel. So the truck's got fuel for Mrs. Womble to go to dialysis in the morning. And some offers came in. One was Jack in the Box. 2 orders. I've done a few other orders, but this one for Jack in the Box was double order, and it was actually bringing us partially home. It was bringing us that way. I said, sod it, I'll take it. I wouldn't normally take it that low. I think it was like $15 or something, and there was 2 of them. But we got to Jack in the Box, and we've had this before with him, but anyway, pulls up at their thing. I saw people in there. As we were coming around, I saw people that were working in there. And I gets to the speaker thing. We've been there earlier on, and everything was working fine. I get to the speaker thing, and they says, oh, sorry, we're closed. I went, funny. I said, I thought you was open 24 hours. I said, anyway, it's DoorDash. Oh, our system's down. All right, just report you closed. So I just drove straight through there, parked up, and just reported them closed. I tried to get through onto the chat to say this is what they're telling me, but it was just kept directing me to go to just report it closed. So I went, stuff it, I'll do that. So I took a few pictures, but it looked like the building was open from where I was taking the pictures. And I just, they paid me for it. I noticed that the payment was there, but waiting to see what comes back on that. I wish there was someone to talk to at DoorDash, but maybe I could have done, but I just didn't want to know at that point. Didn't want to know at all. It was like 3 a.m. then. About 2:30, 3 a.m. Alright, so that's it. I think I'm done. Gonna change things up at this year, by the way. Got a few new changes coming to Dash and Womble. And so look out for those, I suppose. I'll warn you as those come along. Warn you. Anyway, thanks for watching, and thanks so much for subscribing. And if you haven't, why don't you subscribe? It's all free. And hopefully you enjoyed the video, and if you did, hit the thumbs up. And if you didn't enjoy the video, then send it to someone that you don't like, and I can torture them instead. Anyway, hopefully you all have a wonderful new year, and we hope everything is going to be great for you throughout the year, and 2024 is a very prosperous one for you. Thanks for watching. Cheers. Ta-da. He dashes here, he dashes there, he dashes every bloody where. He dashes up, he dashes down. That dashing Womble gets all over town. Whoa!